Hello there, you're now with me, Douglas Elliott, for TBS News at 5. Let's begin with our top stories. 3 people were killed and 4 are in critical condition after a shooting at a shopping center in Copenhagen on Sunday. Copenhagen Chief Police Inspector Soren Thomasen said they had arrested a 22-year-old Danish man in connection with the incident and charged him with manslaughter. No indication of terrorism was found from investigations conducted on documents, items, nor witnesses' statements. Copenhagen's shooting incident is among the mass massacres recorded worldwide this year, where the recent attack was reported in Oslo, Norway. Officials said the shooter had killed a man in his 40s and 2 young people, a man and a woman. The suspect was apprehended at 5:48 p.m. local time, carrying a rifle and ammunition.
I forbindelse med anholdelsen af vores mistænkte, som vi er overbevist om på nuværende tidspunkt er vores gerningsmand, der var han i besiddelse af et gevær, og han var i besiddelse af ammunition til det gevær. Anholdelsen skete udramatisk i forbindelse med, at han blev pågrebet.
The attack rocked Denmark at the end of an otherwise joyful week, just after it hosted the first 3 stages of the Tour de France cycle race. Police launched a massive search operation throughout the local Zealand region early Sunday evening in search of any accomplices. At the same time, English singer-songwriter Harry Styles expressed his condolences over the shooting on his Twitter account. To pay respect to the victims, he has officially cancelled a concert scheduled to be played in the same city on Sunday, July 10th. Government party Sarawak GPS is banking on playing as the kingmaker for the upcoming 15th general election by securing as many seats. The coalition has set its tone in order for Sarawak to reinstate its rights as enshrined in the Malaysian Agreement MA63. In the case of Sarawak United People's Party SUPP winning the Lanang and Sibu seats, it would contribute immensely for GPS.
Menang Lanang, menang Bandar Sibu, dia senang. Kita, ya, walaupun kalau kita bersatu padu, bukan untuk Sibu saja, untuk Sarawak, untuk Sarawak. So whatever we do on the GE15 is not just for Sibu, it's for Sarawak, so that we can finally work our last mile to get our MA63. Kita hak-hak Sarawak dikembalikan untuk Sarawak. Peluang yang terakhir.
Dr. Sim, who is also SUPP's president, said this during the party's swearing-in ceremony for Dudong and Bukit Asih on Sunday, July 3rd.
Dia 2 tahun semua orang susah. Tapi sekarang kita juga susah lagi. Mengapa? Rusia peluang, Rusia gaduh dengan Ukraine, kita semua naik harga. Bukan di Malaysia saja. Walaupun kerajaan Ismail Sabri sudah kasih peruntukan 8 bilion, kita Premier Abang Jom malam tadi cakap kita akan bincang akan terus BKSS. Ya, untuk BKSS hanya Sarawak ada pendapatan macam itu. Semua orang di lain negeri tengok saja. Ya, nasib baik kita ada duit sendiri. Abang Jom pandai cari duit, pandai lawan dengan kelompok untuk 5% sales tax. Oleh kerana duit baru boleh kasih balik kepada semua rakyat Sarawak.
Government Party Sarawak GPS intends to reclaim the BUMIPUTERA majority parliamentary seats, which include Puncak Borneo, Selangor, Sartok and Lobo Antu, as the coalition targets at least 28 seats in the upcoming general election, following its remarkable performance in the recent state election.
Personally, I feel we should be doing better this time. We can feel the feel-good feeling. And I do hope that Sarawakians will follow through from the state election to the general election, because we have to be seen very, very united. In reality, I will be disappointed if we get less than 28. My target is 28.
Karim, who is also the Parti Pesaka BUMIPUTERA Bersatu PBB Vice President, said with the right candidate, GPS can wrest the numbers back from the opposition, adding that Sarawak could not afford to lose the 31 parliamentary seats due to the state's ongoing efforts to reclaim its rights under the MA63. In the 14th general election, GPS, which was known as Barisan Nasional then, won 19 out of the 31 parliamentary seats contested. Meanwhile, Abdul Karim rubbishes claims that Sabah seeks to propose a new Malaysia Agreement 1963 or MA63, labeling the move as crazy, as MA63 is a fundamental agreement by the nation's forefathers which led to the formation of Malaysia, and a new formation of Malaysia agreement is a complicated process and cannot be replaced.
Fundamental agreement which led to the formation of a nation. You cannot, through the years, tukar-tukar. Through the years, what should be done? Have the nation that built up or was set up, have all those salient points inside there. The terms and conditions that was agreed in the formation of the nation. Has it been followed or have we deviated from? Jangan buat baru. In other words, keep on changing the goalpost. Sudah 50 tahun, kita tukar balik. It cannot be done that way. That's how I look at it.
He was commenting on Barisan Nasional BN Deputy Chairman Datuk Sri Muhammad Hassan's suggestion that Sabah BN leadership should propose a new Malaysia agreement as a more concrete way forward towards reclaiming Sabah's rights and demands as enshrined under MA63.
To boost the country's digital economy, the Malaysia Digital Initiative is designed based on three main principles, namely flexibility, agility, and relevance. The initiative, launched by Prime Minister today, Dr. Sri Ismail Sabri Yaakob, in a live telecast today, indicates the importance of the initiative to drive the development of the country's digital economic ecosystem. Welcome back. A 62-year-old man from Kuala Nerang, Kedah, became the first Malaysian pilgrim who died in the Holy City during this year's Hajj season. The matter was announced by Minister in the Prime Minister's Department Religious Affairs, Dato' Idris Ahmad. He said the man had suffered serious bacterial infections and breathed his last at the King Faisal Hospital on June 25th. As of last Saturday, Idris said 13 Malaysian pilgrims were receiving treatment at the Tabung Haji treatment centers in Mecca, while 3 others were in Saudi hospitals. He said the government and Tabung Haji are closely monitoring all issues relating to safety and security of pilgrims in the Holy Land. At the same time, he advised pilgrims to take care of themselves and not to be too exposed to hot weather, which can cause heat stroke. The number of new COVID-19 infections in Malaysia from June 26 to July 2 increased by 6.1% to 16,694 cases from 15,739 cases in the previous week. Health Director General Tan Sri Dr. Nur Hisham Abdullah said the number of death cases also jumped to 26 from 13 cases the week before.
According to Dr. Nur Hisham, the average daily active cases for the 26th epidemiological week, ME26, went up by 3.4% to 28,956, while the cumulative number of COVID-19 cases in the country stood over 4.5 million. Meanwhile, admission of COVID-19 patients into health facilities, namely public hospitals and COVID-19 quarantine and treatment centers, has also increased by 10% in ME26, with 22% increase in the number of patient admissions to public hospitals per 100,000 population. Categories 1 and 2 patients' admissions rose by 31%, while categories 3, 4, and 5 admissions increased by 13%. Despite the increase, however, the ineffectivity rate recorded a decline of 0.9% in ME26. And the number of recovered cases increased by 1.5% from 14,078 cases in ME25 to 14,293 cases.
The Australian government has come under fire for neglecting infrastructures since it was badly damaged in the last floods, as locals now depend on ferry to get themselves home. But the current flood situation has not only submerged the broken road, but ferries were also deactivated, leaving many stranded away from their homes.
The road collapsion hasn't been fixed since the last floods, hasn't been touched. So now they close our road access, and then the ferry. The only way to get home now is by frustrated, really. But we know where we live and we're prepared for where we live.
To brace through the natural disaster for the next few days, O'Neill has to plan trips from his house to the nearest market to get supplies to ensure that his family are safe and fed. He also said that this is the third time in 2022 where such a flood has affected his life greatly. An intense low-pressure system off Australia's east coast has forecasted more rain throughout Monday, where several places will experience more than a month's worth of rain.
See the world closer with TVS as we bring you the latest news updates both locally and internationally. Just a click away by heading onto our website at www.tvstv.my or follow us on our social media. And that's all the time we have for TVS News at 5. I'm Douglas Elliott. Thank you for watching.